Hey, hello. How's everybody doing tonight on this frigid evening here just north of Toronto? Gonna just give it a moment for some others to join. Let me know in the comments threads if you can hear me okay. Hello. Hey, Hussein, how's it going? All right, so as I mentioned, we're just going to give it a couple minutes for people to join, and then we'll get started in earnest. Hi, Brent. How are you? Hello, Ottawa. Good to see you, folks. Okay, so welcome to my, what should I say, my hotel room or my apartment for the evening? All right, great. Thanks for letting me know, Hussein. I appreciate that. Yeah, so there's lots of stuff I want to cover today. If you follow my channel, you know that I have slept many times in my Model 3. I've done a couple videos on it, and I'm in my Model Y, and I'm just going to give you my flat out first impressions because if hello, nice to see people from Northern Ontario. How far north are you? Oh, you just ordered that mattress. That's pretty cool. Like why pay $600 for a Dreamcase? I'm telling you, this thing's like 4-inch thick memory foam. Um, yeah, it's pretty good. I swear by it. And save the money, pocket the money. All right. Yeah. So where was I? Okay. So I've slept a lot in my Model 3. And so the Model Y, we've had it since the end of November, and I haven't had a chance to sleep in it yet. And it's going down to minus 20 degrees Celsius, whatever that is in Fahrenheit. I'm not sure. Um, so that's pretty cold, right? And so I thought it was a perfect time. Let's sleep in the Model Y tonight. And I know everyone's a junkie around the stats and how efficient is the car, how much battery you're going to use. I'm actually going to do all that stuff, and I'm going to do a separate video, hopefully post it tomorrow or Sunday or something like that. But in the meantime, I just want to give you my first impressions that the Model Y is cavernous compared to the Model 3. So if you are interested in using your Tesla to its fullest potential, right? So, being able to sleep in it. I know people that camp in their Tesla and don't even bring a tent, right? So if you really want to get the most out of this car, yes, you can do it. And the Model 3 is cramped, still possible. You can do two people. I know people who camp with, there's the two of them and they go and they spend time in the car. And well, I think mostly they just sleep in the car and they're out and about the rest of the day. But here, I feel like I could have a party inside here. There's just so much room. So let's kind of just take a look around. That's what's going on in the front. The seats I don't even have to have pushed forward all the way. In my Model 3, in order to have this mattress in and to have enough headroom, I had to, basically push the seats all the way up as far as they could go. Not so here with the Model Y. The seats are actually in driving position, so I actually haven't changed them. And let's take a look. I'm just going to double check the questions here. Oh, Thunder Bay. Excellent. Okay, well, more cold than we do here, that's for sure. All right, so let me see if I can turn the light here a little bit. Or actually, you know what? Bear with me here. I have a little light, so I'm just going to shine it down here, and hopefully, I had to use my laptop today for this because I was having a problem with with my phone. The microphone wasn't working when I tried to do it. So anyhow, that's kind of what it looks like. So I'm 5'9", like a real 5'9", not people who are 5'9" and they say they're 5'10", and I am lying completely flat here on my pillow. And so yeah, I'd say there's another good couple of inches. So if you're 6 feet, I think you'd be able to stretch your legs out quite nicely. And of course, I have over here just my blanket and stuff. But I'm telling you, it is super hot in this car. And if you've seen Tesla Bjorn's video, he said the same thing with the 2021 Model 3, which is obviously it's similar in the way that it has the heat pump and the octo valve and all that kind of stuff. Hey Dax, how's it going? And yeah, it is really hot in here. I have it set right now. You know what? I forgot to put on camper mode, so I'm going to get cold in a moment. I was so consumed with the live stream, I forgot to get everything set up. So I need to take care of that. Just give me a second. Actually, you can see what I'm going to do here. I'll just bring the laptop over, and I got to bring a light. Okay. I'm just going to turn climate on with the app. But what I really want to do, let's see here. Sorry about that, I got to press the pedal here. Turn the screen back on now. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it on camp mode, which, you know, that's the first thing you should actually do. So I'm kind of looking like a little bit of a noob here, but yes. And then the other thing that I like to do, because as I was mentioning, it gets like super hot in this car. So I dial things back, I take it off of auto, and I put the fan at about 2. And then that's what I find the settings are, you know, acceptable. Otherwise, you're going to sweat your you-know-what off. And let's turn that down to 20 degrees. No need to have the seat warmer on. Okay, there we go. Now we're in business. Just going to set my light back up, and I will be right back. All right, technical difficulties in a live stream. Okay, that was my own doing though. All right, so super hot. You can see I'm actually sweating, and one of the things that I like to do to better simulate kind of the real world is, unlike Tesla Bjorn, and don't get me wrong, I love Tesla Bjorn. I watch his stuff all the time, but I'm not going to insulate the windows, so that we can get a really true representation of just how much energy the car is going to use overnight. So, all right. Who's got some questions out there? Anything you want to know about sleeping in your Tesla? Let's get started. You know what? Christian says that you need an Android and not an iPhone to do a live stream. And I have to say, I have to agree. Every time I've tried to do this with my iPhone, it's been a fail. So fortunately, I have my laptop here. It's not ideal, but you know, nonetheless, it'll make do. Dax says, "Hope you signed your donor card." What is that all about? What's the temp up here? So right now, let me go and get a recent temperature here. Right now, it is currently minus 13, going down to minus 20. So we still got a little ways to go. but nonetheless, it's cold. Can you turn on camp mode from the app? You know, I just looked to see if they had added it, um, and I didn't see it there. So the answer is no. But you know what? I'm gonna take another look because that seems like a no-brainer, doesn't it? Like turn on camp mode from the app. No, there doesn't seem to be a way to do camp mode from the app, sadly. Okay, curious if the heat pump keeps you up. So this is the first time I'm sleeping in the Model Y. My other Model 3 didn't have the heat pump. We have a Model X. It doesn't have a heat pump either. So this is going to be my first experience sleeping with the heat pump. I can already hear that it's kind of loud. So we'll see how that goes. I watched Tesla Bjorn's video, and it seemed like after the battery warmed up a little bit, the sound seemed to get a little bit lower. So I'm hoping that's what happens here. It is kind of loud. You can probably hear it through the mic, I would imagine. So I'm going to do a proper video, so not a live stream. So once I get off the live stream, I'm going to be shooting a little bit of footage, and I'm going to monitor that stuff, and I'll let you know just how loud it is or not. All right, what state of charge am I starting with? I had it at 81, and let's see here. And it's still at 81, and I pulled the car out of the garage probably 20 minutes ago. So, I'm expecting to lose maybe about 15 kilowatt hours of energy overnight, somewhere in that neighborhood, 15 to 20. I might have to dial back the heat a little bit more, like, go down to 18 or something. It is really warm in here. And I have no insulation around the glass, which is very different than what Tesla Bjorn did with his Model 3 2021 with the heat pump. So, yeah, you don't have to. I don't think you have to worry about insulating. Yeah, you'll save some energy if you do insulate, but I don't think it's necessary. You're not going to lose that much more energy by not having it. And a lot of people probably don't even have that. I mean, there's a lot of glass in here. I don't have enough to cover all the glass. I'm sure you can buy, the solar shields and whatnot for the Model Y, but most people probably don't have it. So that's why I'm just doing it like this. Someone remarked that it's good white noise, the heat pump. I would definitely classify it as white noise for sure. It's going to be interesting. I maybe a little bit louder than white noise. We'll find out when I try to sleep tonight. Okay. How is the factory tint? Let's just put this on here. How's the factory tint? Worried people can see you from the outside. Thanks for the stream, by the way. Love your stuff. Thank you very much, Daniel. That's very kind of you to say. I do appreciate all of you spending your time with me. I greatly appreciate it. So the factory tint is pretty good. I'd say if it's dark in the car, I don't think people will be able to see inside, but not sure what you're trying for people not to see, but you probably don't have to worry about it. Okay, do I need a wooden board for that mattress where your pillows are? One of the differences again between the 3 and the Model Y is the car's longer, so the mattress, I don't need a wooden board. There's about, I'd say, 6 inches where the mattress is not it's like not on top of something, but I don't think I'm going to need anything there. I think it's going to be just fine. In the Model 3, it does kind of hang over a little bit. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, that's exactly it, Brent. And it's, again, one of the reasons why I do want to do it without the installation, because I was very curious just how much of a difference it's going to make. Dex says, looks like a lot of space. Yeah, there's, compared to the Model 3, and I know a lot of people are thinking about upgrading to the Model Y, right? And if spending time in your car like this is in your future, I mean, it is COVID. There's a lot of reasons why people might sleep in their car anyways, but especially with COVID, you might not want to stay in a hotel or something like that. And I know a lot of people are curious. So, how much more room is there than the Model 3? And yeah, there is an S ton, if I can use that phrase, more room in here than sleeping in the Model 3. Like I'm not hitting my head right now, which is nice. And I think the biggest thing that I'm going to like versus the Model 3 and sleeping in the Tesla is not having my feet in the trunk. So with the Model 3, because it's not a hatchback, you really feel like you're half in a coffin. So, but here it's a lot different, right? So let me see if I can turn around and give you another view of the back here. So hopefully you're able to see that, but there's just a ton of room back here. Let me turn up that light. Um, Earlier I laid flat down. I'm 5'9", like a real 5'9", not 5'9", say I'm 5'10", type of thing. So I have plenty of room, and there's a couple of inches at least to spare if I'm totally flat lying here. And the mattress actually fits perfectly for this vehicle. Okay, am I level where I am? So I know a lot of people, like my wife is like this. She can't sleep if she's not level. So no, I'm not quite level. I feel like I'm slanting down a little bit. And also too, when the cushions fold down, that's not exactly fold flat. So that might be contributing to it. But I think when I'm lying down, um, I think I'm not really going to notice it. I think it's going to be very comfortable. Yeah, there's definitely a ton of space. Did you bring something extra for your feet? So this is a really good question, Brent. And in my Model 3 with my feet in the trunk, yeah, those were the first things to freeze, and air really didn't get down to that area. So far, I'm not wearing any shoes or anything like that, and my feet are down, in the hatch space, I guess, what you call it. So they feel fine. Feels like air is getting back here. Um, let's see here. We got a comment here. Craig camped in their Model Y last summer, but ended up buying a teardrop trailer to tow. Yeah, I mean those are great too, and the Model Y can easily tow that kind of thing. Okay, will I be turning on the campfire on the screen? Yeah, it's it's on there, which is really nice. I mean, like Elon, he does some really interesting things that I don't think any other car makers would think about, like something like this, where you've got the fire going. There's kind of like an ambient feel to it. Yeah, it's really cool. Realistically, do I think it's possible for two to sleep in the Model Y? I've slept like two of us in the Model 3. It was doable in the Model 3. It was really tight. Fortunately, my wife and I are not super large people, but 100% two average people, maybe even a little bit above average, would be very comfortable in here. So yeah, okay. Next here. Okay, Dax is asking, I don't have the insulation. He's just asking whether or not I feel the cold. And no, I don't. I don't feel a draft of any sort. It wasn't particularly windy out. So maybe that's contributing to their not feeling like it's a draft. But no, if anything, like I'm going to go turn the heat down a little bit some more because it is really warm in here. Like surprisingly so. I think the heat pump just kind of shooting that heat out there. Is it comfortable if I turn around and lay down in order to watch the Tesla screen? Okay. Well, let's try this real time. That's why we're doing this live. So there's the, you can probably see a bit of the screen there. And if I lie down like this, yeah, this is totally comfortable. Absolutely, 100%. You can watch a movie like this, no problem. Okay, let's see. What temperature do I have it inside the car right now? I think I have it. I think I'd have it dialed back. Let me just double check. Okay, right now I have it set at 20, and I'm gonna, since I have the app open, I'm gonna dial that back to 19, so I don't sweat to death. Yeah, I'm definitely going to post the consumption stats tomorrow. The starting point was 81% state of charge, and we'll figure out from there and see just how much juice I lose. All right, so while we have, let's see, we have another question here. Oh, okay. While we've got a little bit of a lull, you definitely want to bring some snacks. So got that covered, and got a little bit of a G2 here, a little something to drink. And then we all know what happens when you have something to drink. So you're going to need one of these. I'm just saying, something that's a little bit wide at the top. Well, I need something wide at the top. I don't know, but yeah. Good times, good times. So the other thing, your favorite snacks. Yeah, I do like those hickory sticks. They're pretty good. Yeah, so, you know, you can really pass the time in here doing stuff. You can play video games, which is really cool. Try doing that in any other car. And, you know, you can watch your Netflix, your YouTube. So there's just so many things to keep you busy and to kind of enjoy the experience. It's really great. I mean, you know, it's pretty awesome. I won't lie. All right. Is this a standard range? So this is a Model Y all-wheel drive long range. When I bought it, the short range was not available, but it raises a really good question. And I've had a few people ask me already, like, had the short range been available, would I have bought that? Because there really doesn't seem to be a lot of difference other than the range. And for $14,000, I would seriously have considered the SR Plus over the long range. I definitely would have considered it. I'm not sure what the final decision would have been because your range is king sometimes, but for most people, I think the SR Plus is just a fantastic option. It's probably in my opinion, it's probably the best value out there if you're looking for that class of vehicle. Oh, this is a good question. So what you have to do is before you go to sleep, you want to make sure you turn Bluetooth off on your phone. Otherwise, yeah, someone can come up and open your door. This is your key, right? Your phone. So I actually did an experiment a couple of years ago. I was at a commuter parking lot, like a huge commuter parking lot with a commuter train. And I left my phone in the car and had like two phones with me so I could monitor what was going on. And yeah, sure enough, you could just open the door. So yeah, turn the Bluetooth off. All right, see you later, Dax. Oh, that's a good question, Andrew. I've seen the renders, and I gotta say I like it. I like it a lot. Um, I really love that the center screen now is horizontal instead of vertical. It's actually quite weird to watch something like Netflix um, on a screen that's vertical. So, And plus I just think it looks so clean. I think they really did a really great job. And I'm kind of contemplating whether or not to upgrade our Model X, but I really want the Cybertruck. And unless I win the lottery, I have to pick. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Would you like the new Model X, or would you go for the Cybertruck? Yeah. So are your winter issues with SR Plus creator generators that because you need more range? Just out of curiosity. Okay, what kind of mat do I have? So I have a product. This is a mattress by a company called Millard or something like that. And I put a link to it in the description. It's a 4-inch mattress foam. It's a trifold, so it folds, up on top of itself. And there's a carrying case that you can get, and it fits very nicely into the car. Um, it takes up a little bit of space, obviously, but you don't have to put your rear seats back or anything like that. It fits, nicely just in the trunk space of your hatch. And then you still have the sub trunk, you have the front. So I haven't really had an issue with cargo capacity. Even with the Model 3, it really worked well. So this is a great mattress. I believe it's right now it's 128 US dollars. And originally, I had contemplated getting the Dreamcase, but I just can't justify $600 for a mattress when this thing fits perfectly. Like, honestly, I feel like it was made for the Model Y. It just fits that nicely. What winter tires did I get? Well, I haven't gotten any yet because um, let me tell you why. It's just right now there's a supply and demand imbalance. And the rubber seems really expensive for the Model Y right now. And our Model X has winter tires. So we really haven't driven this car very much since the end of November. It's been about 600 kilometers that we've put on this vehicle. And most of that has been me making videos. So it hasn't been urgent for me to get winter tires. I did a video where I tested the stock tires in some heavy snow, and it wasn't good. Um, yeah, I mean the car's all over the place, so you definitely want winter tires. But we just basically parking this car right now and using the Model X. Or you can just lock the doors on the touchscreen. No need to turn off Bluetooth. I haven't tried that, Sean, but that's does that work? I mean, anyone else corroborate that? I mean, that would be fantastic. I know you can lock from the screen, but does that disable the Bluetooth unlock? That'd be really cool, Sean. If that works, that'd be a great tip. So Tesla forces would choose the Cybertruck. As much as I'm enamored with the redesign of the Model X, and I want one really bad, I think I want the Cybertruck more. So that's probably going to be my decision there. Yeah, the stock tires lack grip in the snow 100%. Have I tried this in the 3? Y looks nice for it. Yeah, I I, I traded in my Model 3 for Model Y, but I had the Model 3 for almost 3 years, and I slept in it many times. The mattress works with the Model 3. It's a little bit tighter, and you have to move the front seats up to accommodate it, but it does work in a Model 3. The only issue I had with the Model 3 sleeping in it, especially in the winter and very cold conditions, is your feet are in the trunk and air just doesn't get back there. And no matter what you do, your feet kind of freeze off. But here, I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like the air is getting down to the back a lot better than it did in the Model 3. Oh, we have corroboration. So that's fantastic. I don't have to turn off my Bluetooth. Yay. There's a little icon on the screen at the top. Is that the right hand or the left hand side? I can't remember now, but you just click it and that'll lock the doors. And apparently that must disable the ability to use Bluetooth lock. So that's really cool. Uh, Brent pre-ordered the Cybertruck early. What's your number? Your place in line? I believe I'm 27,000. Like I was pretty early too, and I was in like literally a couple of seconds after it became available, the website, and I had the Cybertruck pre-order already. Click submit, and it bombed. I probably could have been like in 2000 or under 2000, so I'm kind of bummed about that. But then again, maybe it's better to get one that's in the 20,000s than in the 2000s. I know that they struggled. Tesla did a little bit with the Model Y, still having some slight issues here or there with the build, but then again, the Tesla Cybertruck is basically cold rolled steel, so maybe there aren't going to be issues with panel gaps and that kind of stuff. Am I planning to make a video on the Model S Plaid? If somebody wants to loan me their Model S Plaid, I will 100% do a video about it. That thing looks like a beast. It makes you wonder whether or not you would buy that over the Roadster. Yeah, I might just, if I had that kind of coin, I might even still just save the money and buy the Plaid Model S versus the Roadster, just for the additional room. Not, I think the Roadster is still going to be a 2-seater. So anyhow, let's see, what else do we have here? So Chris is saying that the stock tires for the 3 were pretty good in the snow for the first year. That, like, I'm remembering back, and I think you're right. I think that the Model 3 was, because I didn't get my snow tires until a little bit later, and we had a couple of snowstorms before I got them, and I remember being like, thinking that, okay, these are okay. I wouldn't go the whole winter with them, but they were certainly okay. I'll let you know how it is, Brent. When you bought the Model Y, did you get to bring your FSD with you from the Model 3, or did you have to buy it again? Wow, this question got some traction the other week and some tweets to Elon. I know a lot of people feel, that we should be able to take our FSD with us, right? I did not get to do that. I had to rebuy FSD at full price. So, yeah, it seems to me that there might be a missed opportunity here. I think that based on a lot of conversations that I've had in the various Tesla groups that I'm in, that a lot of people would upgrade. And one of the reasons why they're not upgrading is they don't want to shell out another 10, 12,000, soon to be 14,000, for the full self-driving. So this is something that hopefully Elon allows us to do maybe once in your lifetime or something like that. Does anyone downsize winter tires, and what is the outcome? Yeah, one of my buddies did that. Maybe someone can answer in the comments here, but I had a friend who did that, who, yeah, he's on the fence about whether or not he would do it again. He said it was okay. Oh, really? Okay, your friend's using models. So um, I contemplated that because I actually still have a set of Model 3 winter tires. They're the ones from the Tesla store. They basically look like the stock tires, with the aero rims. I was thinking about doing it, but I wasn't sure if maybe there was a different offset with the Model Y. So that's pretty cool to know. Speaking of which, if anybody wants to buy some lightly used Tesla, OEM, rims, let me know. So it seems to be consensus, Blaine, that from a few people on the thread here, that when you use the lock button on the screen, it'll disable the Bluetooth unlock feature. So I'm going to test that later on tonight. We'll find out. Okay, another really great question. Did I get fair value for my FSD on trade? No, no, not at all. And actually, like, I know a few people who have, I'm not sure if Dax is still watching, but I know a few people who have tried to trade in their vehicle, and that's one of the reasons why they haven't done it, is that they just weren't getting any value for the FSD. So it seems that FSD is one of those things that has a very high value, on a first sale kind of basis, but it doesn't seem to be holding its value on a resale basis, which I don't know if that'll change in the future once there really is true FSD. We don't even have FSD beta in Canada here yet. So who knows? In the future, it might actually be valuable on a trade. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It should. Oh wow. Okay. It might be cold outside, but it's like sweltering in here, honestly. Like I dialed it back to 19 degrees Celsius and it's still quite warm. I'll probably have to dial it back a little bit again. Am I plugged in right now? Nope, I'm not plugged in. I wanted to see just how much energy the vehicle's going to use overnight, and again, without any insulation on the windows. That's part of my test parameters. Oh, you're still there, Dax. Okay, cool. What was the question? I was going to punt a question to you, and then I forgot about it. Oh, yeah, it's on the trade-in stuff. So I don't think that they were offering you fair value for your FSD either, right? Yeah, here's like Hussein saying he tried and tried. So uh, maybe third time's the charm there, Hussein. I don't know how many times you've tried. Oh, is there a setting now for disabling the unlocked door while parked? That's pretty cool. I've got and because of COVID, I'm just not driving very much, and I'm losing my chops a little bit here. I'm gonna have to get reacquainted with my Tesla at some point in time. Did I start with the battery preconditioned or just warm from being in the garage? So um, the way I wanted to do this was to kind of simulate you're on a trip and you pull over to sleep. Chances are your battery is going to be fully warmed. So I'm starting with a fully warm battery. Yeah, yeah, they're surprisingly efficient. And when I slept in my Model 3 many times in these type of cold conditions, I was really impressed with how efficient it was. Again, I've never used insulation around the windows, and if you're on a trip, right, and you've got 60% left, and you pull over, um, and you're near a supercharger, like you're probably going to go through the night and have it, worst case scenario, absolute worst case scenario, you're still going to have 40% state of charge. So it's really not a big concern as long as your route takes you by supercharging locations. So yeah. So now I'm pretty sure Dax would have upgraded. So back to what I was saying, that it could be a missed opportunity for Tesla to move more Model Ys, because I know a lot of Model 3 owners who would probably do it if they got fair value for their Model 3 and their FSD. So, all right. I wanted to keep this live stream down to like 45 minutes and under, because sometimes, people complain my live streams are too long. I don't know how you feel about it. Let me know in the comments. But if there's any more questions, fire them away. Uh, I will answer anything Tesla related. Does locking it through the Tesla app work the same as locking through the touchscreen? I've got a lot to test tonight. So I will add that to my list. You know what? The funny thing is, though, that a couple of times when I've tried messing around with this, I usually end up setting off my alarm in some way because I forget I did something, and then I open the door and then the alarm goes crazy. And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. So you have a lot of air leak. I see, and that's the thing. Dax asked me earlier. I refer to Dax a lot. He's a friend of mine. He asked me earlier if I was feeling any draft coming from the glass, and the answer is no. And here in the back sides don't have the double pane. That's only in the front. And I was expecting to feel draft, and I'm not feeling any. So that's really interesting. If someone walks by my car tonight, will you use boombox to make fart sounds outside the car? 100%. Absolutely. Don't be coming near my car. Not when I'm sleeping. Okay, what time am I going to bed and what time am I waking up? Uh, so I'll probably shoot a little bit of footage and aim to probably be in bed by, I don't know, midnight. I might stay up and watch a little Netflix, or enjoy the campfire. One of the two. And what time am I waking up? Usually when the sun comes up, or when it comes daylight, I'll just automatically get up. So it's probably going to be around 7 in the morning or something. And then I'll wrap up the video that I'm going to make, kind of just documenting the experience, and hopefully get that posted tomorrow or Sunday. My thoughts on the Tesla stock price. Have we hit the high? That is the $1 million question, right? Like, as somebody in a previous life, I was a certified financial analyst, and um, I mostly I mostly looked at fundamental analysis, which is, the analysis of the company's balance sheet, its all its financial statements, and trying to come to a decision about whether the company was undervalued or not based on the fundamentals of the business. But things have changed. I have no idea how to value Tesla. I've been wrong every single time. When I thought it was coming down, it just keeps going up. The only way Tesla is going to go down is if I buy some. If I buy some, it's going to go down. So you don't want me to buy any. Oh, it's a lot. Yeah. So this is, for folks that don't know, I'm just north of Toronto in Ontario, Canada, and we're actually under a full lockdown right now because of COVID. But I know some people who are police officers, and they said that they're not ticketing people. So unless you kind of get out at a party with a bunch of people, you're probably okay to go for a drive and not get pulled over or anything like that, or to be in your car like this. Shit's Creek for me tonight. Okay. You're talking about the show? Or am I missing something? What's my bed setup? So Tim, I've got a product from Millard or Milliard. It's a 4-inch thick memory foam, and it's absolute perfect size for a Model Y. It also works in a Model 3. I used it in my Model 3. I put a link in the description if you want to check it out, but I highly recommend it. For $129 versus what you'd pay for a Dreamcase, I'm just not sure you're going to get $500 more comfort from a Dreamcase. That's just the way I feel about it. Oh, cool. So a systems analyst approach. I'm not familiar with that. Back in my day, there was fundamental analysis and there was technical analysis. But that was many, many years ago. So I'm sure a lot has changed. Have I noticed the noise difference between Model 3 and Model Y? It's significantly low on 21 Model Y. Uh, you have an 18 Model 3. My Model 3 was a 2018. There is a huge difference in the cabin sound. Um, the double pane windows on the front glass make a really big difference. So you just don't hear as much road noise in this car. Matter of fact, when my wife and I went to pick up this car, the first thing that we kind of, something's not right here because it's too quiet. Like my Model 3 was exceptionally loud. I actually did a couple videos about it, but the Model Y is just amazing by comparison. Think it's possible for some 6'6" to camp comfortably in the car? Well, first of all, I'm very jealous. I always wanted to be taller. um, so I'm 5'9", and when I'm lying flat on the pillow, There's 2 to 3 inches at the bottom. So let's just round that up. Let's say 6 feet. So you're about 6 inches too tall. You'll have to curl up your legs or something a little bit. I think it's doable, but you're tall, dude. Okay, any last questions before we wrap up the live stream, and I'll get filming for the video portion. All right, well, thank you very much for spending some time with me tonight. I really appreciate that. If you've enjoyed this live stream, please hit that like button, subscribe. I really enjoy spending time with you. Thank you very much. Tesla. Oh, wait, we have a question. Have you tried more than one camping? What can you clarify your question there, Chris? I mean, have I done this more than once? With the Model 3, I did it many, many times. This is the first time that I'm actually sleeping overnight in the Model Y. Oh, it's my pleasure, Brent. Thank you very much, everybody. And we'll see you again soon. Oh, more than one person. Yes, absolutely. You can fit 2 people in here. No question about it. Thank you very much. Tesla Canuck, over and out.